I hate it when I start a video and I don't press play. So many words of inspiration this morning. Honoring. If you don't honor things, you can't see them. You can't have influence in them. So if we can't honor someone thinking differently than we do, believing differently than we do, then we cannot have any influence in that area. And so we don't have to agree, but we can honor. And so I found this very deep and interesting, excuse me, for in our lives, and even multiplied now, we are in a space of there's so much anger, frustration, and hatred in the world. And we can't fight that. How we fight it is to not fight it. And it is to grow our own light and our own self-love and our own worthiness, believing in the state of worthiness. I am enough. I am more than enough. And if I choose to say that I'm not qualified, God will qualify me. So it is not the people that are qualified to change the world. It's just people that are stepping in saying, hey, I can change the world. So by growing our own light, we eradicate darkness. By feeding into the darkness, we just create more darkness, regardless of what side of the fence we're on. The darkness, the anger, the frustration, and all of that just adds to the darkness. How do we eradicate darkness? We build on the light. What we focus on grows. I'm sure that's something that anybody has never heard before. But so focusing on our own self-love is so super important and goes to such a much greater, deeper level. And see yourself as God sees you. He sees you white as snow. Because he sees beyond the generations. He sees beyond your sin, beyond our negativity. And he sees the light within us. This is our connection. This is our space of really honoring. And it's amazing. And so we may speak different languages and we may have different understandings. And if we truly want to change the world, be the light. To be the light and know that you're worthy. And know that you are enough. And know that I am enough. And that my words and my spirit and the gifts that God has given me are enough. They're more than enough. And when I honor those gifts and talents, I am given more light. For I'm honoring that space. So as simple as when we focus on the good, we get more good. It's the same. It's just we don't apply it to ourselves. Next topic. The most common thing that I hear people say when they're asked what they want, I just want to help people. I just want to help people. And very often, when that's the answer that we come with, I kind of think of human nature and on how our soul and our spirit, sure, we want to help. And then in our humanness, we don't help ourselves. We think that we need to do more for other people before we can receive. It's kind of that whole give to get thing. And that give to get thing has never worked very well. And especially, I've heard more and more of this, work harder, get more. Give more, get more. And when we live in a place of give to get, we're living in a space of, level of thinking. The first level of thinking is by the law. I didn't do that well enough, or I didn't do it right. And then what we see is we see everything that happens in our lives as some kind of punishment for doing something wrong. You didn't do it this way, so, it's just not going to happen. Second one is that whole give to get, earthly thinking. So if I give to get, or I do this to get that, or I do that to get this, whatever that is, that's a very low level of thinking as well. Living from heaven is knowing that it's already within us, that everything is already within us. So we come from a place of abundance because we're standing in a place of flow. We're standing in a place of God-centered. And we can be fed to feed. Like when Jesus fed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, there was this place of flow. Otherwise, that never would have happened. Because if we were standing in a place of that is small reality, then they would have run out of food very quickly. So just some ideas flowing through my brain this morning. Oh, surrender. Oh, surrender. Not even understanding that word, and it came up this morning. And how, when I first heard the word surrender, how I froze. I tensed up. What do you mean, surrender? That's really dangerous. Well, what are you surrendering to? That is the question.